All right, you guys are back. Let me know. We're going to get through this, guys. This is awesome. I got about 15 more minutes of info, and we're all wrapped up for today. Let me know when you can hear me. Says we got some viewers back on. They can see some stuff. We can see and hear you. Sight and sound. All right. All right, we're going to continue, guys. So I hope you guys saw some of this. People that give up, people that don't hit their goals, they do these things, feel sorry for themselves. I mean, it's always easy to have excuses, and everybody has them. People that don't give up and break through, they take full responsibility for everything. So expect to work for the results. They believe in themselves. They learn from their mistakes. They welcome change. Celebrate their strengths like we talked about. They don't dwell on their weaknesses. They hire out their weaknesses and they focus on their strengths. You see this a lot in small businesses that I'll sit down and coach small businesses, and they wear all the hats and they wonder why they can't find enough time in the day. Nobody is good at everything. So people that get ahead and become successful, they know they're not good at everything, and they hire out the stuff that they're not great at, and they focus on the things they're awesome at. So that's a huge one, guys. Feel like they have something to give, visualize what's possible. Yeah, so be careful what you tell yourself on a daily basis. This is huge. I started doing this in my household. The word can't is a swear word. Some other words are not swear words, but these are swear words. So I can't do it. I can't afford it. We hear it all the time. Be careful what you tell yourself. Your brain is like a computer, right? The computer doesn't really care. It's going to look up anything you put in the Google search. It's going to go do that thing. It always thinks you're right. The same thing as your brain. With your brain, whatever you're inputting in there over and over and over, it's going to go search for that. So when you're constantly waking up, going through your day saying, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do this, your brain's like, all right, I'll make that happen. So rather, and this is something from Robert Kiyosaki, a lot of wealthy people say it, but he talks about how can I do it? Because at least you're programming your brain to think. It's not a dead end. When you say I can't, it's a dead end. It means, okay, we can't do that. Versus how can I? Now it needs to search for answers. How can I afford that? So I hope that helps. That was pretty powerful stuff for me. Thought I would share with you guys there. What am I looking for here? I want to go back a little bit. Hang on. This thing kind of got the wacky. There we go. Okay, so the last part here I want to talk about is, what do you guys do from this point forward? For one thing, mindset. I would definitely go get some books, and I'm going to send out, a follow-up email for all you guys with some reading material. If you're not a reader, become a reader. Spend 10 minutes a day and read something. Pick it up, and I'll like I said, I'll give you a list of books. What I like to do too is, especially those people that drive, put something useful on the radio. Plug in Audible, and you can get a book a month and just listen to that book over and over, and then get another book and listen to it. So become crazy about learning. Because that's going to expand your mindset, and you're going to be able to see more opportunities. So let's dive into, what do you guys do? How can you guys take this info and go change and start increasing your income and start building wealth? So the wealth creation formula. Basically, I hope you guys, there you go. Can you fit this on the screen? All right, can you guys still hear me? Okay. So the wealth creation formula, this is pretty generic. Grant Cardone came up with this. That was the guy who put on that seminar in Miami that I just went to a couple weeks ago. Phenomenal event. But basically, it starts at the top here. You got to create income, right? So you have your job. A lot of times people are like contemplating, you know, Dan, you're talking about increasing your income. Does that mean I got to quit my job and go start a business? Maybe, but no, not typically. Basically, you have to have that income, and Grant talks about it. You know, when he was like 28 or 25 and he was broke, he basically just became good at his job. He secured that income flow. He didn't go quit. He didn't go stop his income flow. The only time you would stop your income flow is when the other income flow is you can see that it's more profitable and there's more room for growth, but you have to have income coming in before you quit your current income. So create that income and increase that flow of income before you jump into something else. So do whatever you can. Maybe you ask for a raise. Maybe you see if there's other opportunities within that company. Whatever it is, increase that income, save, and not just save to have a pile of money, but you're saving because you know exactly what you're going to do with that money. You know how you're going to invest. And we'll talk about how to save without blowing all your money. A lot of times people get an extra $1,000 and they get antsy and they got to go spend it, right? We'll talk about where to put the money so you don't go blow that money. So save, invest, and then you can just see it goes around. After you've done that, now you're maxing out that flow of income. Now you can go add on a flow, increase that flow. Still working, guys? I'm just, I got a couple emails here. Let me know if it's still going. We're on the wealth creation formula. Let me know if that's still working. Should be getting a text anytime now. Let me know if it's working, guys. It started over. Says we're still live. All right, I think it's still working. So we're on the wealth creation formula. Tommy, let me know if it's back down to the wealth creation formula here. So you increase those flows, you save, you invest, and the average millionaire has about 7 to 15 flows of income. So as it is a circle, guys, it's not you do this once, you get satisfied, because the reality is we want you to build a wealthy lifestyle. And basically, when I talk about wealth, it means abundance. So if you lose a flow of income, you get fired, you lose an investment, you're still okay because you've taken care of yourself. You have multiple flows. So hope that makes sense. This is what I do on a daily basis with clients. I sit down, I analyze their current position, and then we put a plan in place so they can build a wealthy lifestyle. It's a fantastic job. It's actually quite fun. So this next one here, this is basically a cash flow financial statement. So this is your budget over here. Everybody should be doing these. Don't worry about the numbers, but you have your income, your passive income, your expenses, right? Your income and expenses, that's your budget. Just replying to a text here. Rejoin the link I sent out. Second. All right, and then I'm going to talk about a couple slides here. This is the analysis I put together for people, and then we always check in on what do you have for assets and liabilities. So I want to go over a couple cash flow analysis. So we have the poor, right? there's a distinct difference with how the poor, the middle class, and the rich handle their money. So the poor, they have a job, their money comes in, but that's it, right? They don't have any left over because literally their expenses match their income. And when I meet with people like this, they literally, I need to get them increasing their income if they want to hit their goals. It's not like I can go in and make them. I just show them the numbers, and we brainstorm ideas, and we get them so that they're going out and hustling so they can get more income. Let's go to the next one. The middle class. The middle class. This is like 90% of the population, right? What do? They have money. They go out. They have expenses. They have a little extra. But why? You probably heard this before. I get a raise. I make more. We get another, but we can't get ahead, right? Well, this kind of explains it. And this is a cash flow pattern that people have to address and then figure out how to change. The money comes in. There's a surplus in their budget, but what do they do with that surplus? They dip down and upgrade the house. They upgrade the car. They get the jet ski. They get the boat. Those are all fantastic things to have. But what does it do? It increases their expenses, and therefore they might as well still be in the poor category because they don't have any money left over. Maybe they stick a little over in the asset category, the 401k, but that doesn't increase their income. So the wealthy, the rich people, they're constantly taking that surplus and they're sticking it into things that pay them money. So shoot me a text if this is still working, guys. Is everybody on the middle class financial statement here? Cash flow pattern? If so, shoot me a text. Let me know we're still good here. We're about done, but this is vital, guys. You got to address what you're currently doing. When I do this statement for people, this will break it down and tell me what their cash flow pattern is. And sometimes it's addressing the elephant in the room, but then we can go make a change, right? So what do you think the rich looks like? The rich cash flow looks like this. They're working in their early years, they have surplus, and they're sticking it all into assets. And over time, those assets start paying for their lifestyle. So literally when money comes in, they stay broke. They keep their expenses at a minimum, and they know exactly what to do with that extra, and they put it in things. And when to the rich, and this is where people differ too, but an asset to the rich pays them money, and a liability takes money out of their pocket, right? So think about like your home. A lot of times people say that's an asset, and it can be if you're planning on buying and selling for a profit, but a lot of times people aren't planning. And I'm not against home buying. I'm not against having cars and jet skis, but the wealthy do it in a way where those cars and bigger houses and jet skis don't take away their lifestyle. They built up enough assets, and the assets pay for their new house and their liabilities and their expenses, and they still You guys hear me? Are we back? Hang on. Let me know if you're back. Let me know when you're back. Riley, thanks for the heads up. Let me know when you guys are back. We're back. We got one confirmation. Anybody else back? Anybody? This is good. You don't want to miss this part. All right, I'm going to continue. Riley, let me know if we're all good here. So, what happens when the money comes in? I'm going to jump over here. 5 viewers. I think we're good here. So, when the money comes in, right off the bat, so let's say your money filters into your bank account. Right off the bat, I want you guys to figure out, do your budget, figure out what your expenses are. Most likely you have a little bit extra. It's probably going somewhere, but figure out a percentage. You know, the wealthiest people in the world, they save 40% of their income. And some of you are thinking, yeah, no way. You'll build up to it. Start with 5, start with 10. Tommy, are you current? Let me know. It's about a 14-second delay. Shoot me a text. Riley, are we good? We're about done here, guys. We're going to wrap up in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. So, right off the bat, money comes in. Pick a percentage. You guys know your household income. I want you to at least try to do 10. 10% a minimum amount that you guys hopefully can do. I don't care if it's after tax or before tax. Figure it out, whatever works for you. And then literally, I just started doing this probably in December after I read a couple of Gary Keller's books. And money comes in, right away we set a percentage off in our sacred account. This is sacred for a reason. This means you don't touch it. It doesn't matter if the next month you don't make enough to pay your bills. You don't touch this. This is directed for investments. And we'll talk, you know, basically the order of how you invest. You know, and I talked on Facebook a little bit about this. I don't want to repeat everything, but basically early on when you're investing, you need to invest in yourself. You need to increase your mindset, because this is not investments like sticking it away in a 401k. The problem with that is, for one, you don't have, I mean, I don't want to get into too much detail, but you don't make very much for returns. The fees are incredibly high. But the most important reason that that's not good is because you don't learn anything. You're handing the money to somebody and you didn't learn a single thing. So if you fail or if you make a bunch, you can't go repeat that action. So when I'm talking about investments, you need to invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge. So you need to be learning, maybe going to a course, at least one course a year. It might feel uncomfy at first, but just do it. Sign up and go. You know, if $1,000 comes in and you're saving 10%, $100 goes over here. And then you pay your bills. That's why you have a budget, to keep your expenses low. This is where you guys need to stay broke. You know, if you get a raise, you get an extra job, what happens? Typically, people go start spending more, so then they still feel like they can't get ahead. Stay broke. You know that you can live on that smaller amount, so when the income goes up, still pay yourself the percentage. Keep the budget to a minimum so you stay broke. And then the surplus, this is the leftover. So you put a percentage here, you paid your bills, the surplus. Now you can reward yourself for doing a good job, maybe pay down some debt, but maybe you just throw it back over in this sacred account because you're so gung-ho about investing in your future. This should always increase your income. You know, if you're investing in yourself and you're learning, you're going to increase your income. You're going to see more We back? Are we back? Let me know when we are back. If you are here, let me know. This is a game called How Many Times Can We Lose You in a 45-minute broadcast. All right, we're back. Almost done, guys. Couple questions. These are personal to you. Personal to you, all right? What does it mean? What does this mean to stay broke, and how can you implement this in your life? What does it mean? Take 30 seconds, answer the question. You don't have to tell me. You can if you want. Just think about it. Stay broke. I love this. This is all in Grant Cardone's content. And all of you guys, it might be tomorrow or the next day, but I'm going to send you out a PDF. I think that's the word. Of Grant Cardone's Millionaire Booklet. It literally takes 40 minutes to read. There's a little bit of cussing in it. I'm sorry if that's bad, but otherwise, read it. It's awesome. It's going to give you some insight on what we're talking about. What are some ways that you can invest early on? I talked briefly about this, but what are some ways for you guys? And what I mean by that is invest in yourself, increase your knowledge. Just because your friend invests in something doesn't mean you're going to like it. So figure out what you're interested in and go learn about it. You know, if you're interested in real estate, go learn about it. If you're interested in stocks, go learn about it. The reality is a lot of times the only investing people are doing are in the stock market, and they hate it or they have no idea how it works. So don't invest in things that you're not comfy with, you know. And how do you get comfy with them? Learn about them. Go talk to somebody that does it. Go hang out with people that have won and are winning in the areas you want to win, right? Those are some basic tips. And then why do we invest at all? Any thoughts on this? Send it out there. In this scenario up here, the only reason you invest is to increase your income. Okay, let's dial into that. In from there, when you have so much income coming in, then you have to figure out your why. Why do I want all this money? Some people are literally afraid of making money because they think they're going to get evil. That's because you need a why. Why do I need all this money? You know, have a place and an idea of what you're going to do with it. Are you going to start that charity? Are you going to donate it to that organization? Are you going to take care of your parents? Are you going to fund your grandkids' college? Just have a reason. None of this is to make a ton of money and hold on to it and do nothing with. It's also that we can go glorify God. You need to figure out what your why is, okay? So why do we invest at all? Increase our income. I just threw this on here. This is a sample, guys. When I sit down with clients, I figure out, I got a nice, Leah just said, have some people share their whys. Shoot me out a text and I want to, I'll share it with the group. If you're listening, just shoot me a text and some of your whys. You know, why do you want $150 million in the bank? Why do you want 2 billion? You know, if that's mind-blowing to you, there are people out there that have that. So why not you? You know, what would you do with it? What's your why? Shoot me a couple texts. And then I'll just wrap up here. When I sit with clients, we're going to break down what needs to happen in their life. What's some reading material? If you guys can see this here, take a screenshot. These are some books that I would recommend reading to get you on the right track. And in number 5 here. So we're going to, I'm a wealth coach. When I sit down with people, I don't want them handing me money and I go do something with it. I want to coach them to do something with it. I want you to send me what you liked about this in an email or a text. Send me what you didn't like. Send me what was valuable, because I would like to provide value for you guys moving forward. So can you guys hear me? All right, I think we're done, guys.